Hello everyone, it's Cassidy and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my April TBR. I am going to be doing it a little bit different this month. Every month I'm surprised it's a new month, so I say that in every single TBR, but I just cannot believe it's April. Mainly because my birthday is in April, and so I can't believe it's already my birthday month, and my birthday is April 6th, so it's very early in the month. And I don't know, it's not like April's the first month of the year, so it just feels like it's crazy that it's already my birthday, basically. This year is already flying by. Today is going to be my April TBR, but I'm not going to be playing my game this month. I originally was going to and just be really nice with myself, but I thought there's no better time to do a mood reading month than my birthday month, because I'm going to be really busy the first week. And then also just to be nice to myself and maybe read some books that I've been really wanting to read but haven't been able to get on my TBR, whatever. I have a stack of 10 books here, and then I also have some audiobooks that I don't want to forget. Books that, this isn't all of them, but books that I might read this month that are on my radar to read somewhat soon. That's the vibe for April. But let's just get into the books that I might be reading. So I have a couple books on hold through my library that I don't know if I'm gonna get in April, but possibly. The first one is, I forget what it's called, let me look it up. The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, which is the third book in the Extraordinary Adventures of the Athena Club series by Theodora Goss. I read both of the first two books in this series a while ago, and I know at one point I did try to order the third one through Indigo, and they gave me a refund and never sent it to me. And so I just haven't bought it since. And I've really just listened to the audiobook. Sometimes I read along with the book as well, but I really enjoy the audiobooks. So I figured for now, I'm just gonna listen to the audiobook, and if I ever really want the third book, depending on how I feel about the series after the ending, then I can buy that another time. But I might as well finish it when I can get the audiobook on Libby. But I do have a 3-4 week wait still, so I don't know for sure. This one is about a bunch of characters from different Gothic novels, like Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. My eyelashes keep sticking together, the top and the bottom, so I'm sorry if that you keep seeing that. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Sherlock Holmes, and Dr. Watson. I can't think of a bunch of the other ones. Moreau. There's a bunch of different characters. So it's basically following the daughters, or the creations of these scientists trying to solve this mystery. We're mainly starting off with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde's daughters, and who didn't know about each other, and they're uncovering each of these other women as they're trying to solve this mystery. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson are just themselves, and they're helping with solving this mystery to a certain extent, and it's just a really fun, different type of series. I haven't read anything else like it, and I really enjoy it. That's not a really good description of what it's about, but we're just gonna go with that. But this is the third book, so it's the finale of the series, and so I'm really excited about it. And I might have to read a little bit of a summary of what happened in the second one, because that one was a chunker, and I read it I guess a year ago, because that would have been in March of last year. And then the other one is, I think it's Finley Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead is the next one in the series by El Casimano. I need to start finishing series and continuing on series, or at least DNFing them. So I read the first one in 2022 maybe. I just haven't made it a priority to buy them. Most recent one just came out, and then it kind of reminded me of the series, and I decided to look on my Libby, and they do have them, so I put them on hold, the next two. And again, it's probably coming around the same time as The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl. This one is about Finley Donovan, who is a recently single mom who is trying to juggle everything. She's going to meet up with her agent or something, and she's talking about this mystery novel she's going to write in all the details, and someone overhears it, and I think she's like, what are they called? Like, you hire them to murder someone for you. They're at like a Panera and someone slips her a note basically asking her to kill her husband, and she'll give her a bunch of money, and it all goes from there. It's very like out there. There's a lot of like random things that just like would not happen, but it's just like a fun mystery. It's a fun series. I don't know if people love the rest of the series as much as the first one, but I'm excited to finally continue on with that. This video might be forever long if I take so long to describe every other book. So those are the only ones that I have holds on for Libby. So let's get into my physical books, because that's my main priority in reading right now, is to actually read the books I own. So a few of these I just got, and some of these I've had for a while. I have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is just one that I've wanted to get to for a while. It's been really intimidating to me, but I feel like I'm finally ready, and I feel like this may be like a good way to start my new year, my 25th year, which sounds maybe crazy because this book is about a girl who, I think she is attempting suicide, and then she ends up in this world between the worlds, I guess, between life and death. It's a library, and each of the books let her live life in a way that she, like, if she made a different decision, this is what would happen. It's really just like a thought process about life, and I think obviously it's gonna be sad, but I think it also may have like a very positive effect on me in a way of different way of thinking in life, which would be a good way to start my 25th year. Hopefully I'm not being delusional with that. Maybe it'll just ruin everything. I'm just kidding. I have quite a few mysteries on this list. So I have The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. You can listen to this on Scribd, Everand, or whatever now. And I keep seeing it on there, and I'm like, why don't I just listen to the audiobook and also read along with it? So I feel like this is my last chance to read this until it's winter again. I mean, I can read it in the summer, but sometimes my brain just doesn't let me. Author Retreat, they go to like this famous horror writer's estate, and they're supposed to be there for a month, and they each have to complete an entire novel from scratch during the next month, and the author of the best one will receive a life-changing 7-figure publishing deal. One of the writers vanishes during a snowstorm, so she realizes that something very sinister is afoot. So kind of isolated thriller. They're kind of stuck on this estate during storm. So I have At Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. Ashley Winstead is one of my favorite authors, but I'm really scared for this one because people that even like her other books don't like this one or think it's like fine, so I'm a little bit scared, but I just want to get to it because I really like her. So I've been putting this off. I just need to do it. If you keep seeing me look out the window, it's because, or look past you guys, it's because I'm looking out the window and there's a lot of stuff going on out there, and I can't pay attention to anything. Anyway, this is like in a small southern town. Our main character always felt like an outsider, and she only had like this one friend. The only thing the townspeople fear more than God and the devil are the myths that haunt the area, like the story of the Low Man, a vampiric figure said to steal into sinners' bedrooms and kill them on moonless nights. There's a body found. I think it's gonna be an interesting one. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna feel about it, but hopefully I like it. Hopefully I'm different and like it more than everyone else did. Let's switch it up and do a little bit of romance. This one's also kind of a bit of a mystery romance, but that's okay. We've got Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. This one is a new one to my collection. I just got it like a week ago, and I've just been really wanting to read this. It's been really popular, about two serial killers who do their killing for like good reasons. Like they kill bad people, and one's a woman, one's a man, and they end up having like this competition. But friendship develops into something more. The restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. different type of romance with a little bit of murder as well, which is my favorite genre, so I'm excited for this one. I have the next book in the Eden series, which is Crimson River by Devney Perry. This is the 5th book in the series, so I am closing out. This series follows the Eden siblings, who are like a notorious, infamous family in Quincy, Montana, because they're a founding family. And so there's 3 boys, 3 girls. This will be the final sister. And I'm actually really excited for this one, because each of the books at the end do a little bit of a preview of the next one. And I had no idea what this one was about until I read the last one, Jasper Vale, last month. This one's got crime in it as well, so the same, not to this extent, but same kind of idea where it's my favorite genre. And that's what made me love this series. The first one especially has a big crime storyline in it. The rest of them have a little bit of something in them, where there's a little bit of a crime, where there's like a little bit of a action thing. I don't know how to describe it, but the first one was the most, and I think this one will be similar. So this one's about Lila. She runs her family's, I think she owns it, but it's a family business of a coffee shop in Quincy, and she literally just works. So like that's all that's going on in her life. She's married to her job. And in the last book, we see one day where her sister's like, get out of here, like go and do something other than work. We will watch the coffee shop for you, just go and do something. Turns out she goes to go on a hike, and when she's on this hike, she sees a man washing blood off of himself. He catches her staring, and then he's like choking her out, and for some reason he decides to let her go. She goes to the police, obviously, and couple days after that, a man comes down named Vance. He is, I think, a bounty hunter. It doesn't say that exactly, but he's hunting this man who choked her. After years of chasing dead ends, she's his only lead to closing the case that haunts his career. So together they'll retrace her steps and find this scarred man she met beside a crimson river. So yeah, I think this will be a really fun one, and I'm really excited about this. So this is like a huge priority for me in the month. Like this might be the first one I read in the month. I'm so excited. I've got a few YA mysteries, and I don't know if well, I'm obviously not gonna read all of these. I was gonna say, I don't think if I'm gonna read all 3 of these that I have here, but I'm not gonna read a bunch of these, so. But first I have 9 Liars by Maureen Johnson. This is the 5th book in the Truly Devious series, following Stevie Bell. Maybe it's the Stevie Bell series. There's a main trilogy, and then now this one and the one before this have been their own storylines. This one, she is studying abroad with her friends and her boyfriend, and she's introduced to a new cold case. In 1995, 9 friends from Cambridge University went to a country house and played a drunken game of hide and seek. 2 were found in the woodshed the next day, murdered with an axe, and now one of the remaining 7 realizes that she saw something she can't explain. Someone's lying about what happened in the woodshed. So basically she's just like a really smart kid who's really good at solving cold cases. In the first trilogy, she solves like this really infamous missing persons case of Ellingham Academy, which is where she's going to school. I have One of Us is Back from Karen M. McManus. I wanted to read this multiple times, and I've started it one time, but this is the 3rd book in the One of Us is Lying trilogy. This is supposed to be the last one, where it's come a long way. The first one, we have like a group of kids who none of them are really friends. They all end up in detention in weird ways for the most part, and then one of the kids ends up dead, and now everyone thinks it was the rest of them. So I think there's 5 total. The one dies, and so then they're called the Bayview 4. The kid that dies, his name is Simon, and so then they start getting texts from Simon Says, and they're trying to clear their names. It's a whole big deal. So I can't really say what this one is about because this is the third book, but it's like 2 years later. I love her writing. She's one of my favorite authors, so. And then the last YA mystery is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the fourth book in the Inheritance Games series. Again, it's like a main trilogy, and this is starting to be like a spin-off kind of thing. I don't really know what happens in this one. I think we follow more of the Hawthorne brothers, clearly. Versus the main trilogy, we're following Avery Grams, who randomly gets written into the inheritance of Tobias Hawthorne, who is like a billionaire. And basically the main trilogy is just figuring out why she got picked to inherit all of this stuff instead of his family. And it's all big mystery, puzzles, games, and stuff to figure that out. I think people just wanted more from these characters. So we're following at least Grayson and Jameson Hawthorne. I just finished the main trilogy in March, I think it was. So I would like, no, in February, March, I think it was. So I would like to continue on. I already pre-ordered the next one. I've got 2 more, and they're both romances, but they couldn't be more different romances. So I have volume 5 of Heartstopper. I'm kind of sad. I did like a pickup at my Indigo, and they gave me a copy with bent edges, and I didn't notice until I was home. Anyway, I haven't read this one yet. I just got it, and I'm excited to continue on this with the series. It's a really fast read, so if I want to get something accomplished and basically a guaranteed 5-star, I'm gonna pick this up. Maybe if I do like a readathon or a certain reading challenge during the month, I can do this, and it'll make me feel accomplished. So I'm excited about this. Then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I have Liar by Tate James. This is the second book in the Madison Kate series. If you can tell by the cover, it's very different already. This is a Why Choose romance. Madison Kate in the first book is set up. She goes to this illegal boxing or like fighting match on Halloween. And people think she died because there was a shooting there, and the girl that died looks just like her. So obviously it's probably set up to have been her that died, but it wasn't her that died. These random 3 guys help her get out of there when someone's trying to hurt her there. She ends up getting in trouble and getting everything blamed on her. She goes to jail for a little bit, but then her dad, who is like, this sounds so weird, her dad, who is like the mayor, gets her out after a little bit, and she goes to like, I can't remember where she goes, like a random country for a bit, and then she comes back to her home and she finds these 3 men who helped her out, in theory, getting her out of that place. But maybe they actually really set her up. So yeah, it becomes like a Why Choose romance. But Steph from Steph Loves just read some of these, and it made me really want to continue on with the series finally. And I'm excited. I like this series. I think it's just fun. Those are all the books I have my eye on for April. Obviously there's 12, including the audiobooks, and I'm lucky if I read 5 or 4 in a month. So the 12 is not going to happen, but these are some that I'm really excited for, and you'll probably see me try and get all my TBRs in the next few months if I don't get to them this month, because they're just ones really wanting to read. But I do have quite a few books on my TBR, on my shelves that I want to read, and it was kind of hard to just pick this many. So that's a good sign. If you've read any of these books, the wide range that I showed you today, let me know what you thought of them, and also comment down below what you're planning on reading in April. May we'll go back to my regular TBR videos, playing the game and doing punishments and doubles and all that. So definitely subscribe down below so you don't miss out on those videos. I think that's all from me. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!